it's important that we remember, and it's important that we remember not just our history, but those who helped make our history possible and our present possible. And when the story is written, as it continually is about Shady Grove, Jennie Forehand is a big part of that.
I was on the Montgomery Health Planning Board, and it was at a time just when the idea for a Shady Grove Hospital was just starting to emerge. And that was terrific because it came, that was my first introduction to what was to become this wonderful facility that it is today and so important for our community.
She was a Rockville citizen. Back during a time, 36 years ago, she saw the need for the Up-County to have a first-class hospital in this spot. And so she was early on in favor of pushing for this. I think in a lot of ways she is the mother of Shady Grove Hospital. Whether it was Shady Grove Hospital, the Rockville Library, the Inter-County Connector, she was in for the long haul.
I'm so proud of this hospital, and I just think that it means so much to our community and the quality of life we have here.
Politics didn't come until a little bit later, and I got fed up with some of the ways things were being done, and I got to thinking, I don't care about being in public office, but I sure think I could do better than that.
I don't think I've ever met a single person in the legislature who didn't like and respect her, but I'll tell you, when she was on a cause, she was persistent. She didn't stop until she got what she wanted, and her attitude is, if I have to do this for 10 years, I'll do it for 10 years. She was always up and doing something, and it's just, and like any good politician, she had a flair for the dramatic. I remember back in 1988, she was supporting Paul Simon for president. His trademark was a bow tie. So we got to see her wearing a bow tie for a month before the primary. It's just, she would just do stuff like that. You may not realize this, but early in her career, there was smoking in the committee rooms in the General Assembly. And so one day she decided, I'm just going to hide all the ashtrays. And she did. She hid all the ashtrays.
The first week after I was elected, and when I was getting ready to be sworn in the next week, I went to my committee room to find my seat and to put some books in my desk. And what I found were ashtrays on every desk and on every chair. And no one else was in the room. And I just went around and picked them up and hid them all underneath the radiators. Because my father had died of emphysema and lung cancer. He never smoked, but he worked with people that did. And I was just determined. I guess it didn't hit me until I hid the ashtrays that I was doing a good thing. So somebody else's dad same thing wouldn't happen to people in their families. And so, I got a lot of grief for that and a lot of teasing, but I wore it proudly. Ben Cardin, who's now our U.S. Senator, said, you really did a good thing. You took the heat from the rest of us. But so he declared there would be no smoking in any of the committees. And, I can't say the rest was history, but it certainly did start a real movement.
I've known her since 1992, and what has always struck me about her and the relationship to the hospital, it just seemed a natural thing. It was never forced. I mean, Jennie was on the side of Shady Grove Adventist Hospital, and that was never going to waver. And I think she believed in the principles of this organization, taking care of the community, treating people who were sick, but also focusing on trying to keep people well in the community. So, for all those reasons and others, was a natural relationship in which the organization and we all kind of grew up together.
the meditation room is going to be the Jennie Forehand meditation room. She believes in Adventist Hospital. I mean, she believes in this facility. She believes in the people here. And, you know, I think of it as Jennie's hospital. I think a lot of people, in Montgomery County, a lot of people do. I mean, I've never openly said it that way, but that's the way I think of Adventist.
I think when you personalize things, if you see a need out there and you think if that was needed by someone in my family, what would I have wanted government to do? Or what would I have wanted the community to do? Or what, like Shady Grove. I mean, that's how this was built up. Anybody who's been here has received quality care and caring care. And I'm just ever so pleased that I've had the opportunity to work with so many great people here.
The Adventist Healthcare Shady Grove Medical Center Foundation is pleased to present its 2014 Special Lifetime of Advocacy Award to Maryland State Senator Jennie Forehand.